Welcome to Gold Silver Frontier. Man, what a wild ride in the markets lately. We're talking about a massive wipeout. $15 trillion gone from gold, silver, and crypto altogether. Gold dropped 15%, silver plunged 38%. Just in the last 24 hours, over 15 trillion vanished. That's like half the entire US economy disappearing in one day. We've just seen what experts call a Sigma 10 event in finance, something so rare, mathematically, it shouldn't happen even once in the whole history of the universe. It feels like the whole system's glitching out and it's not letting up. Over the past 3 days, 500 billion got erased from crypto alone. In the last 24 hours, 2.5 billion, and leveraged bets on the upside got wiped out. This ranks as the 10th biggest liquidation event ever in crypto. Bitcoin's down 13%, losing almost 265 billion in value. Ethereum tanked 25%, shedding 91 billion. XRP fell 22%. Solana dropped 23%. For anyone new tuning in, I want to be straight with you. We don't sell trading signals, mentorship programs, or courses here. The longtime followers know that. Don't hit me up asking where to buy or sell. That's not our thing. We break it all down, look at every angle. This is for folks who think for themselves and use what we share to make their own calls. If that's not you, trading might not be the best fit. Our handle is Gold Silver Frontier on YouTube and Twitter. If you're not following there, you're missing out on live updates. We talked about a possible drop to $86 or lower, and boom, it happened. Folks who've stuck around know we called it. Heads up, there are fake accounts out there stealing our breakdowns and twisting the numbers. We're not behind that. Always check the handle. We keep it real here. No hype, no bias. We lay out the facts so you can decide. Use your head, know your position, and play it your way. Now let's dive into what you really need to know. Friday hit, metals hard. Silver crashed 31%. Gold fell 13.6%. That's 7 trillion gone from precious metals in one go. We spotted the key clue. Big players like JP Morgan closed out 633 silver short positions right at the low point. They nailed the timing, getting out clean. Then, over the weekend, crypto takes a beating. Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything's tumbling. Is this all connected? Some kind of spillover? Or is the whole setup crumbling live? Let's piece it together. Friday's silver drop wasn't just from news like a Fed pick or a stronger dollar. Sure, those played a part, but it looks like smart moves using that news as a trigger. The exchange bumped up margin requirements to 11% back on January 28th. Folks who bet big on silver at lower margins suddenly had to cough up way more cash, like from 25,000 to 66,000, now at $120 per unit, forcing them to sell. And JP Morgan's data for February shows they grabbed those 633 contracts at Friday's $78 close, hinting big banks bought low from sellers who had no choice. Meanwhile, buyers in places like China and India wouldn't sell at those prices. No way. If JP Morgan scooped up shorts from desperate sellers between 78 and 90, they cashed out near the bottom. Physical owners in Asia held firm. This could spark a big bounce back, with fewer shorts left to hold prices down. That's the metals breakdown. Shifting gears, about 3/4 of you aren't subscribed yet. If this straight talk view is clearing things up for you, helping you build real confidence in the markets, hit that subscribe button. It shows us the community's growing and keeps us locked in. And if it's hitting home, drop Gold Silver Frontier in the comments. That feedback means a lot. It guides what we focus on. If it's not your vibe, no worries. We don't chase stats. We're here for people wanting the raw truth, not the glossy stuff from big media. Okay, crypto, why is it tanking so bad? Bitcoin's under 79,000 now. It's all about liquidity drying up. There were 3 big waves of forced sales, adding up to about 1.3 billion in the last 12 hours. In a market where cash flow is already spotty, too much borrowing amps up the drops, creating big gaps in prices. Add in crowd mood swinging from super bullish to total panic, and the swings get wilder. Take Michael Saylor's Bitcoin play. It's just 1.8% from turning red. They hold 7 to 12,047 Bitcoins, worth 55.72 billion, bought at an average of $76.38 each. At the high of 126,000, their stash was worth 81 billion, even with 70,000 fewer coins. If Bitcoin dips below $74,600, they're in the hole. That's a big mental barrier. Let's stack up the crashes. October 10th had 19.1 billion in wipeouts. Another big one, 1.2 billion. FTX, 1.6 billion. Today's 2.51 billion makes it the 10th worst ever, and it hits right after the biggest metals drop on record. See the links? Here's a fresh angle that changes the game. 15 trillion flash vanished from gold, silver, and crypto. Same weekend, news blasts, Epstein files, and World War III scares. So, where did that 15 trillion really end up? Money doesn't just disappear. Someone grabbed it while we were all looking elsewhere. Markets aren't fair. They're stacked against regular folks. This feels like a battle on the people. On the war front, Trump mentioned sending troops and ships toward Iran if no deal with Israel. Qatar's top diplomat showed up in Tehran with what might be a last U.S. message to Iran's leader. Things are heating up quick, and markets are dumping everything over war worries. First bank bust of 2026 just happened, the first in over 7 months. That's how 2008 kicked off. Small banks went down, then the dominoes fell. Trillions lost, families wrecked. Today's system is way shakier than they say. Most people aren't ready for what's coming. 3 trillion gone in minutes. This isn't regular ups and downs, it's a straight up raid. Where are the watchdogs like SEC or CFTC? Some top analysts warn more banks, funds, and crypto spots could fold as things tighten. We'll see. Now, what about Monday? 2 main paths. First, the downside. If this turns into a full liquidity crunch spilling from metals to crypto to stocks, Monday could be rough. Asia opens early. If China, Japan, Hong Kong all start way down, it drags Europe, then the US. More selling spreads, more crypto wipeouts as people see losses and freak out. Margin calls hit everywhere. If Saylor's Bitcoin bet goes negative, headlines fuel more dumps. If word spreads on more banks struggling after that one failed, trust breaks. Everyone runs to cash, selling it all. Cash flow vanishes. If Iran stuff boils over, a strike, anything, Monday starts in chaos. Oil jumps, markets crash, safe bets rule. That 15 trillion loss could balloon to 20, 30 trillion as selling snowballs. For metals, if it's all about needing cash fast, gold and silver might drop more Monday, even though they're usually safe spots. Like Friday and this weekend. In a crisis start, everything gets sold for dollars. The safe play comes later, but that first wave can drag on days or weeks. Exchanges might jack up margins again, forcing more sales. Paper prices fall while real physical costs skyrocket. We're seeing 43% premiums in Shanghai already. If paper drops and physical holds, premiums could hit 50%. Eventually, the paper system loses trust, but getting there hurts paper holders. That's the gloomy Monday outlook. Flip side, the up case. If big banks like JP Morgan got out of their shorts at the bottom, there's less drag on the next climb. Physical buyers in China and India won't sell at 78 to 90. They're holding tight. February deliveries still need 2,514 contracts. Real supplies scarce. If Asia steadies Monday, if forced sales stop, if margins chill, we could see a sharp rebound. Shorts are gone, physicals tight. Those 43% Shanghai premiums shout that paper's out of touch with real life. The snapback could be quick and fierce as covering meets demand. We've seen this. Big drop, then rocket recovery. China's new export rules from January 1st squeeze supply more. India soaked up 25% of world output last year, and demand's steady. Real basics are strong. If paper selling's done, if weak players are out, the road up clears. Mining shares could double in 4 to 6 months as things calm and the uptrend restarts. Crypto might rebound if wipeouts are over. Those 3 waves at 1.3 billion could have cleared the junk. If Bitcoin sticks at 79,000 or climbs to 82 or 85, that's good for Monday. Mood shifts from panic to careful hope. Cash flows back, prices lift. If Iran's message leads to talks, no fights over the weekend, war fears fade. Risk-taking returns, assets climb. And if this was all planned, like data shows, banks exiting low, 15 trillion gone amid distractions, then the shakers are satisfied. Weekends out, setup reset. Monday greens up as the bull run kicks back in. What am I eyeing? Shanghai futures open. Sunday night, our time. If silver there holds or rises while U.S. exchanges are shut, physical's not worried. If it tanks, matching the drop, pressure's worldwide and legit. Asia's start sets Monday's vibe. Bitcoin this weekend, if it levels at 79,000, maybe bounces, that's upbeat for risk mood. If it cracks below 75,000 and sailors underwater, downbeat. Crypto's leading the charge on Monday feels. Iran updates, if strikes or escalations, bad for Monday. If talks win, good. News like that sways markets big when tensions peak. Bank stuff. If more failures rumored, emergency huddles, regulators jumping in, bad. If that one bank was alone, trust hangs on better. So, wrapping up, 3 big points. 1, 15 trillion wiped from gold, silver, crypto. First ever Sigma 10 in metals. 10th biggest crypto wipeout. Not normal. System stressed. Banks like JP Morgan got out low Friday. Crypto bled all weekend. Monday's question, does selling keep going or stop? Watch Shanghai Sunday night and Bitcoin through weekend. 2, real versus paper gap's huge. 43% premiums in Shanghai while paper crashes. Asia holders won't sell low. Deliveries at 2,514. If banks covered and physicals tight, bounce hurts leftover shorts. But if Monday sells more, paper drops before real wins out. 3, lots colliding. First bank flop in months, Iran with troops out. Distractions like Epstein and war hype. Markets stacked, not fair. Monday swings on Asia open, crypto hold. Iran moves, bank spread. Down case, more wipes, panic. Up case, shorts done, week out, big rebound starts. Big question. Was this the last shake before a huge uprun or start of deeper break? Banks exiting low says planned shake. But 15 trillion gone, banks failing, Iran heat feels bigger. Monday's open spills it. Do your homework, no risks. If you're overborrowed in metals, crypto, stocks, this setup eats leverage. Calls ignore your ideas. But if you're smart positioned, get the picture. Monday's either year's best chance or worse is kickoff. Stay alert, track data. Next day tells all. Trade smart, not buzz. Out for now.